YouTubers, Tazman here, bringing you another episode of Foundry VTT from the ground up. And technically this is going to be a Game Masters edition, or version, or episode, I guess. However, players might find it useful as well. So I've been kind of thinking of the direction I wanted to go with this series. And aside from you guys just having questions and wanting to ask them, and maybe maybe me make a video specific to whatever your questions are, I think we've kind of covered all that a basic player needs to be able to play. And we've pretty much covered the different things for the Game Master to run a game. Now, there are some various things that we still need to do, and a lot of it will kind of actually be a learning experience for both of us, for me and for you, just because there's not a ton of documentation on all the stuff that I want to do. So, and there's just lots of different options. But anyway, what I wanted to do is, in our episode today, we're going to talk kind of a bit about the namespace, or the kind of macros, and some things to make your life a little easier, some quality of life improvements. So we're going to get two of them. Now, I will warn you, one of these says it might have compatibility issues, kind of like we see here with a 0.9. From what I've seen, it seems to work fine. However, these are, like I said, they're quality of life type things. So if you're running a game and you don't want those to be an issue, you can always disable them. These are more for while you're preparing or creating items or macros and stuff like that. These are going to help you for that. But you don't have to have them running during the game to, you just don't have to have them running during the game. I don't know where I was going with that. So the first one we're going to get is called the Monaco Macro Editor. So we're just going to come in here and we could type macro. I'm going to type MON, and that should, is that Monaco? Yes, right there. So Monaco Macro Editor. One thing this does for you that's really nice is it will give you syntax highlighting. It will also give you kind of autocomplete capabilities, which is really nice when creating macros. Then we have the inline autocomplete properties here. And we're going to go ahead and do this. Now, this doesn't say that there's any compatibility issues at all with version 9, and from what I've seen, it doesn't have any. I mean, all it's really doing is helping you so that when you're looking up attributes for an object, or for adding attributes, to an object as an effect or something like that, it gives you a little easier way of finding those, and we're going to talk about that in just a little bit. So now that we've got those two installed, like I said, you will see the Monaco does say there is a risk, but the autocomplete does not. So we're good there. Let's go ahead and launch our world, and we'll talk a little bit about these. Now, I don't remember if I've mentioned it before, but the Foundry Virtual Tabletop is basically written to use the Google Chrome engine. If I'm in here, yes, we can flush that. If I'm in here and I hit F12, you'll see that it does the exact same thing as if I am in Google and hit F12, and it's the same layout and everything else. So Foundry is kind of an executable running on top of that. I clicked the Chrome. I don't know if it's going to come up or not. So knowing that, this helps you understand a little bit more of how you might be able to see kind of your structure. For example, here we have our whole scene here, right? We have lots of tokens, and if we wanted to get information code-wise on any of these tokens, we would go here and we would say CANVAS. So the canvas is the main thing, and then we can hit dot, and now you can see we have all these other options. We can come in here and do, which one do I want to do? I think is controlled. Is it tokens? CON. No, I have to do tokens first. TOKENS. And then you can see there's a controlled here. CONTROL. And you'll see there's controlled, and then there's controlled bracket with the 0 in it. What this is doing is, this is an array. So if I go to controlled here and I hit enter, if I expand this, you can actually see, where is it? Deep flat. I think it's under data if it's here, or sometimes it is elsewhere. Although we're doing a blank. Let's just do, for example, let's go ahead and click on Brindy, because that will be the one we're controlled. And let's just go look at Brindy, for example, here. So if I do this again, hit the up arrow, and then I do bracket 0 bracket, and I hit enter on this, this is grabbing Brindy, our token, right? If we click on here and we go look, we got the border children data. I think data is where I want to be. And here you can see we have Brindy. Now we can get information on Brindy here. We can see that she has bright side of 0, so she's not holding a torch. Dim side is 60, which is her dark vision. We can see that her display bars is saying 50. So if we go click here, display bars 50. Actually, I'm not sure what that one is. Display name 30. Not sure what that one is. We can see effects on her. We can see flags that are set. We can see the light information. So all the information for a token is, available, and you could actually go change things. Like I could change her name in here, and it would be the same as if I changed it elsewhere. I don't want to do that though. So anyway, I just wanted to give you an idea. Go ahead and close that back up. That, one, this is a Chrome engine. Anything, here's our Chrome right here. So if I hit F12 on this, you'll see we actually have the exact same thing, right? If we go to console, you'll see basically the exact same thing that we're just looking at. Add the bar there, and there's our messages. If we do CAN, do we have canvas here? And if it was set up, yes. But anyway, so it's kind of what I wanted to point out. That, this is just Chrome. So all this that's behind the scenes is all JavaScript. If you know JavaScript, you're going to be one heck of a step away from, step ahead of everyone else. I probably wanted to do that stuff not in the errors one. Not sure if it mattered, but it's not going to change anything. We were just doing some recon type stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to close this just so we are already compressed. So we want to see our things. So I have a script here that I wrote a while ago. It doesn't really work completely in Foundry version 9. It has something to do with updating the token in real time. So here we have Brindy, for example, right? If we go click on her, we can see that she has a dim vision or dark vision of 60 feet. This macro, if we go look at it real quick, what it does is it goes and looks at what the current dim vision is. If it's 0, then it doesn't worry about it. If it's anything else, if it's 60 or 120, it will go kind of change it to what our dim vision up here is, which is 300. This macro was designed because I had a player that created a Twilight Cleric, and the Twilight Cleric has this cool little ability where they can give anyone dark vision of 300 feet. Well, that's great. However, if you have a token that has a dim vision of 60 or a dark vision of 60 or Devil's Sight or something like that of 120, you don't want to lose that information. So what I'm doing is I'm doing the 300 feet. I'm adding either a 0.1 if it's 120, 0.2, so it's 300.1, 300.2, or if it was 0, I just set it to the 300 feet. And then I'm going to go ahead and change that. Now, where this one doesn't quite work is in this token update part. But that's really not what I wanted to focus on this episode. I wanted to focus on, one, this is kind of hard to read. If you look at it, you know, it's like reading a Notepad document or something like that. It could be Notepad, Notepad++, but it's just like a text document. It's, if you know the code and stuff, it's a little easier to read, but nothing is highlighted. So you have to basically read everything to get to the information you want. So this is where the Monaco macro editor comes in. So we're going to go ahead and enable that, and I'm going to show you the difference. So now that it's reloaded, if we go in here and we go look at it, it'll take a second as it parses and stuff, but now you can see we actually have some syntax highlighting. We have this green to tell us that it's comments. We have this kind of orangish, peachish, whatever color you want to say that this is a string or a text, you know. And then we can also see reserved words like let and if and else if and stuff like that. The other thing that this does really nicely is, for example, if I'm typing, let's just go here and we'll just type this section right here, this token controlled actor, right? So if I do CANVAS, you'll actually see it is now auto completing for me, saying, oh, you want canvas. And then if I put a dot, it will go and say, okay, here are the options that is built in for the next thing. So we could come in here and go look up tokens, for example. We could start typing tokens. We could click on it. We can now do this and do CONT. We get controlled. Tab down a little bit. Hit tab to do that. Add our bracket, 0 bracket. And, whoops, wrong button. And then we can do actor. A-C-T. And there we go. There's actor right there. I hit the down arrow. A-C-T-O-R. So this is a really nice thing about the Monaco macro editor. There are other editors that might do the syntax highlighting, or maybe you can find something that does the autocomplete, but this kind of does both of them, which is really nice. The other one is, for example, when you have a token, and let's say you're going in, oops, I double right clicked, didn't want to do that, but more than one suit of armor is equipped. Oh, let's go ahead and unequip that. We have chain, oh, I need to get rid of this real quick. There we go. So here we have our shield, our chainmail and stuff, but we have these effects that we can have. We have, I forgot, I was testing some things and it wasn't working. In fact, I bet the other thing's in here still. Yes, it is. So let's go and delete that as well. Forgot to clean up. But anyway, you can have, you know, inactive effects, passive effects, and temporary effects. So your temporary effects are things that have a duration of X amount of time. Passive effects are things that are just always on you, such as a dwarf stone's endurance or something like that. I think it's stone's endurance that gives you a bonus or something like that. Or like the elf's ability to not be charmed, right? So like this high elf here could have some temporary effect on them that would say if the spell is a charm spell, it has disadvantage, I think. Or is it they're immune? I'm not sure. But anyway, that's just off the top of my head. So anyway, I just want to talk a little bit about adding your own kind of effects. And there is something with Foundry that you cannot edit an effect that's currently on a character. It needs to be a thing that is, like if it's an item, like a ring or something like that, it needs to be in the items area over here. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to go get a regular ring, and we're going to put it in the items directory so we don't have to create one and make sure we do all that. So we're going to go to items, SRD. Actually, we could do DDB items if I imported it yet. No, that's the world one. Never mind. Let's go to items, SRD right here. And let's just type ring space. And let's just find a regular ring. Nothing special, because some of these actually already have the stuff on them. Maybe a signet ring, because I think that's not going to have any kind of effects on it. So we're going to switch over to our items. We're going to drag the signet ring over there, and there we go. Now if I'm right, actually this is not even close to what I want. This isn't going to work because this is loot. We need to be able to equip it. Delete. Let's go back in here. I just want a ring that doesn't have anything on it though. Let's go check again. Where is items, SRD? Still have our ring. All of these are going to have something. Ring of jumping. Let's take the ring of protection. We'll just delete the items off of it. So we're going to create our own basically. So we're just going to take a ring of protection here. So you can see this is an equipment. And we're going to go under effects and we're just going to delete that. Because we're going to actually call this ULTIMATE, ultimate protection. We want to make sure that it does not require attunement, so we don't have to say we're attuned to it. And I think that is all we need for that. So we're going to go in here and we're going to say we're going to create our item here. So we're going to go under effects. We're going to give it its effect. So we want to create a passive effect because it's going to be something that's always on. You can see it's called new effect here. We're going to edit that. Let's call this, oh, it's right here. Let's call this +5 to AC. That's why it's the ultimate protection, right? We could choose an icon for our effect. I'm not going to worry about that. We could change tint color, all that fun stuff. This is where we would set our duration, you know, the start time, and any information we have there, how long it's going to last, things like that. Then we actually have our effect itself right here. So we're going to go ahead and create a new effect. Now, oh, I forgot to disable my module. Hold on just 1 second. I wanted to show you what it does before. Oh, I didn't do it actually. We need to hit save. Okay. All right, now that we have that, go ahead and grab our ring. Put our ring up again, go to effects. So here's our new effect that we're saying is +5 to AC, right? And if we go into our effects, we've clicked add an effect, right? Now, if we come in here, we just have a text box. Now, they're kind of expecting you to have an understanding of the underlying system. So we're going to jump back really quick into our console here, and I'm going to show you where all the data that it's going to use for this kind of thing, where it's actually located. So let me see real quick. All right, so if we go to CN, did I type that right? CNVAS dot tokens, TOKENS, dot, and we should still have our guy controlled. So whoops, let's see, tokens controlled. We'll go ahead and do that, and then after this we say actor, and we have a dot after that, and we're gonna type, did I do that right? Canvas token actor, and we're gonna type get role data, I believe, DATA, in parentheses like that. My guess is we don't have a token selected. So what this is going to do, because we have that 0, in there for the array thing. This is going to pull up all role data that is available for that token. So now that I've hit enter, because I have a token selected, if I hit this little down arrow, you can see we have abilities and abilities. These are, from what I've seen, they're pretty much the same thing. Just maybe an alias or something for it. I'm not exactly sure why they did that. Attributes, bonuses are in here. So you have ability bonuses, MSAK, don't know what all that stuff is, spell, stuff like that. We have our class information here. You can see we're a cleric, our hit die, all that fun stuff is in here. Well, this is what we're going to use for our thing. So for example, if we wanted to access our, what would it be, attributes, so we could do attrib dot, and then we could come here and look at attributes, or attr, forget it's not attrib. So we go to attr here, and now we see there's one called AC, so we could do dot AC and then another dot. Then we can come over here and we can see we want the bonus, which currently is 0, and we want to say bonus, and then we want to add on to that bonus. So we're going to give a bonus of +5, right? So we just want to say, because we're adding right here, we have the choice of multiply, adding, downgrade something, upgrade something, override. We just want to add, and we're going to say 5. Now in theory, this should work. So now if we go to our character, for example, and you see our AC is currently 18, and we go into her inventory here, and we go add our ring, you'll see it goes under equipment. And if we click the equip, so right now what you'll see is it is currently here. Source must be equipped or attuned to activate this. So here we can see this is our effect. Right now it's unavailable because it's not equipped, or we have inactive and stuff like that. So we're just not going to worry about that right now. We're going to go here, and in theory, when I click this, our armor class should go up. Unless I did something wrong, which very well could happen. So we have passive effect, ring of protection. It did say it went up, but I'm not seeing it. Is that because attributes AC base, dex mod? Do I have to? I'm trying to remember if I actually have to have it be called something else. I don't think so. That should be working. So it's equipped. Now, this is the one thing I was telling you. I cannot edit this ring while it's on the character. Although now it's letting me. Okay, never mind. Ignore that. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on here, because that is pretty much all you need to do. Let's just double check this. Go here. Details. It should say it's equipped because we clicked equipped. It's a trinket. It's not required for attunement. We're not getting errors. Does not conform to the required format. Format is, no, that's an RGB thing. All right. This worked in my testing. I'm not exactly sure what I'm missing. Let's go ahead, unequip it. Unless, well, I don't think it's the update issue, is it? No, it doesn't seem to be. Passive effects, attributes, let me see. Do I need the data in front of it? Hold on. Actually, I do. Okay, I know what I'm missing. Sorry, I'm going to go ahead and delete that and go into inventory, I guess I could have just deleted that. I'm missing. See, and this is exactly a good reason why I think I have to have data in front of this. Data like that, if I'm correct. Now let's try. So we move that here, and now if we equip it, still not seeing it. Dang it. Do effects, data, ATTR. It is ATTR, right? Well, let's go verify that this is actually what it's supposed to be. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this once again, because I think the inline thing will help us do this. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. We're going to go ahead and enable it. I don't know why it was working in testing. I think maybe I spelled something wrong or something. I don't know. All right, so now that we have this one enabled, I don't need that anymore, and that will get rid of that error. So if I select Brindy here, double click her, or actually no, we want the item for now. So if we go back into our ring of ultimate protection, we can actually see now when we come into our effects area that there's this new little @ symbol. So if we click on that, we can actually see what we're supposed to be seeing. So ATTR, is that what it is? ATTR, so it's right there. Oops, I didn't want to click it. And maybe it has to be this one. So if we come in here and do ATTRI, let's do the attributes one. Maybe that'll work better. And then now you can see it's actually telling you all the stuff you need, right? And it gives you a hint here as to what's going to be there. So spell DC, you can see it's a number. Here it's a quote, so it's going to be a word or something like that. Zeros are these are all values. These are saying that there's more following it. So as you can see, there's more following the AC. So if we do AC dot, now we can see that there is a bonus in here, right? Yep, there's bonus right there. And this is where it's expecting our numbers. So BONUS. And the one thing I found from this is you need to highlight it, hit Control C, and then just paste that in here. It doesn't like it's not like the autocomplete where you can just hit tab and it'll fill in this. So let's go see if this works. And if not, I will try and figure out why it's not working so I can show you guys later. All right, so let's go ahead, go back in here. Let's add our ring of ultimate protection. If we equip it, there you go. I have no idea why. I'm really curious, but there you can see now it's increasing and it's actually doing what it's supposed to. I want to go back in there real quick. Maybe it was just a typo I had, but I want to try changing it just to the shorter case, the ATTR, and see if that still works. So let's go and click on this, do data ATTR dot, we want AC dot BONUS, like so. My guess is maybe I just had a misspelling because I think these are exactly the same thing. So there we go, close that, drag that here. Did it drag? I don't think it dragged. There we go. Put that on. Okay. It does seem like it wants it to be the longer words and not the short. But so you can do the same thing with strength. You can give bonuses like a lion ring of lion strength. If we wanted to change this, for example, just come in here and let's just say ring of LION lions. Who knows if this is going to work? STRENG. So we're going to do ring of lion strength. And instead of an AC, it's going to maybe increase our, let's go and click that. Let's say +5 to strength. We need to go back to details, +5 to, not the modifier, but strength. AC2 STRENGTH. So if we do that, and then come here. So and now instead of that one, we want to do dot, oh whoops, not double dot. We want, it's abilities, isn't it? ABILITIES dot and STR dot and bonus. Let's do a bonus, BONUS dot nothing. Okay, good. Oh, bonuses. Do I want bonuses or say precision check? Value. Let's do value, I think. VALUE. Yeah, I think that might work. Control C and Control V. And I think, I'm not sure if there's a, no, I think that should work. Wait, I gotta go double check something now. Okay, good, I left it add. All right, so now that we've done that, we can go and close this guy. And now we have ring alliance strength. So if we do this and we equip it, there you go. You saw our strength bump up. And if we go under the effects, we can actually see that it's adding it there properly. If we go unequip it, right here, we can see that it is then moving it into the unavailable. So there you go, guys. I know it was a little wonky there for a tiny bit, but hopefully you got the understanding. I do not profess to be professional and have guru knowledge of the namespace and stuff like that. I mean, I have this dark vision that works other than updating the token. I mean, if we go look at this guy right here and go look under vision, you can see it's 60. If I click it, it should do 300.2. However, you see the token does not have that unless I click off and click on. Now they actually will have that. Or was it click a different token? I don't even remember how I made it work, but now you see 302. If I hit it again, it will toggle it back to 60. So it works, but like I said, I'm not the professional at JavaScript. There's so many scripts out there. You can go look at them and kind of, you know, cannibalize them and make them work for you. So anyway, guys, that will do for this episode. My next week's episode, I'm not sure if I'm ready for, and I'm not quite sure what I want to do for it. I don't remember if I said at the beginning of this episode, but I'm kind of thinking I might kind of lean towards doing mod spotlights, kind of telling you about different mods. There's also, you know, we could go into creating items, because when you go to create an item, you can do a weapon, you can do equipment and consumables. There's not a lot of documentation on this, so there's a lot of points and stuff that are in there that we're just going to be guessing. I've said before that parts of this series is going to be learning on both our parts. So you just have to take that with a grain of salt. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Aside from that, comment, like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, check out my Discord and my other channels, and don't forget to tell other people about my channel. Have them check it out. They'll like what they see. They can sub. They can, you know, join the Tasmanian family, and we'll all be happy. And that's it, my friends. Until next time, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.